All of a sudden, we have all these conspiracy theories that are being spread around the internet by the authoritative sources, nonetheless. I thought that conspiracy theories are harmful. I thought that we need the hand of big tech in order to crack down on conspiracy theories because people are dumb, and if you tell them the wrong things, they might believe them. So we might save the dumb people from themselves with the help of big tech. Isn't that something that happened? Wasn't it that if you talked about aliens a couple of months ago, people would consider you crazy? Now Barack Obama and 60 Minutes are talking about UFOs? Fascinating, isn't it? Astonishing. But here's my question. Why now? Okay, like why now? Because up till now, all these institutions denied the fact that UFOs exist. And all of a sudden, they're coming out and they're like, no, they exist. So let's look at the reason for them keeping it hidden. Like, why would they accuse every single person up till now of conspiracy theories? And all of a sudden, they're coming open. Now, one of the reasons seems to be that they were trying to avoid a panic. Does this panic you? Like, are you being panicked? I'm not panicked, are you? Like, okay, there are some things out there that we don't really understand. They're moving faster than anything that mankind has created. Okay. Are they attacking us? No, not really. Are they ominously hovering over the White House? Nope. Okay, like, I'm not panicked. When they start doing those things, when they start going pew-pew at a city, or maybe they're ominously hovering over the White House, then I'll panic a little bit, just a little, because there's other things that I like to panic more about. For example, the unemployment, the rise in unemployment, the inflation, that panics me. In fact, that panics a lot of people. And when people panic, they stock up on toilet paper, or they stock up on gasoline. Don't stock up on gasoline, by the way, that's horrible. Don't be that guy. Buy a Tesla. If you can't afford a Tesla, you're crippling the economy. Okay? Stop being an asshole and buy a Tesla. Learn to afford to buy it. Stop being poor. I'm not kidding. The US government said that the problem is that people don't buy Teslas. Okay? Stop being poor and buy a Tesla. Jesus, what is wrong with you? Now, let's talk about the reason, right? Panicking is not the reason. I don't think that is. I mean, people don't panic now when it's being revealed. I do think that the reason is that it's making the government look incompetent. And from what I noticed in the small years that I have been on YouTube, every single problem that mankind faces, every single issue that we have, whether it is global warming, whether it is racism, whether it is a pandemic, no matter the issue, there is one solution being proposed on the table. Like, this solution is always on the table. They don't even remove it from the table when the conversation is over because they know they will have it for the next conversation. Do you know what the conversation is for every single world problem that we have? Big government. Every single time. Big government, more taxes, less liberties. The Patriot Act. The lockdown measure. Every single time. Every single issue has the same solution. Bigger government, more taxes, less liberties. Because people want, I guess, to look at the government like God, like the magic man with a wand. You have a problem, more taxes, boom, problem disappeared. Right? That's how people think, subconsciously. Subconscious bias towards the government, I guess. That it can solve every single issue on earth. Well, now there is an issue that they can't solve. So there's something that are moving very fast. We don't know what they are. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, shoot them? No, it's risky. Don't shoot them. By the way, do you think, like, the military has a code? Like, don't shoot the goddamn flying saucer? Like, is there something that... By the way, why do people freak out so much if one of these things gets shot? No, seriously, like, as I'm looking at Discord and Twitter, it's like, oh my god, it's going to create an intergalactic conflict. It's like, okay, well, let's put ourselves in the alien shoes, right? Like, let's say we are the ones that are observing a lesser civilization, and all of a sudden, the lesser civilization takes down one of our drones. What would be the rationale be? It's like, okay, we kind of spooked them, let's back it up a little bit. Like, I think the aliens would be more intelligent than that. Like, when you fly a drone and an eagle, who sees the drone way too close to its nest, attacks the drone, you're not going to hold it against the eagle, right? Because you're the more intelligent in this situation. You're like, oh. By the way, I'm not saying... shoot the UFO, heaven forbid. But I'm pretty sure, like, they probably did open fire at one. Yeah, apparently these things existed for decades. The chance of them never opening fire when something violated their airspace versus the one where they did, Arkham Razor leads towards. Hopefully they did it though, by the way. Because apparently, like Obama, all of a sudden said that when he became president, he asked, is there a lab somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimen and spaceships? They did a little bit of research and the answer was no. And apparently this is coming after US fighter pilots revealed seeing an unidentified aerial phenomenon off the coast of Virginia every day for 2 years. So, if they would have said this last year, everyone would say, oh my god, like, these people are crazy, conspiracy theory. All of a sudden, conspiracy theory debunked. It's okay to talk about it. Like, honestly, like, to me, the most astonishing thing is how the establishment gets to control what's acceptable for civilized people to discuss versus what is not acceptable, and how easy it can change. I mean, look at France, perfect example. On France, if you said anything remotely negative about Islam 3 years ago, hate speech. Now you have Macron saying things that would make Le Pen blush. It's almost like just like a switch. They just flip a switch and all of a sudden you can talk about things that it would have been not okay to talk about in the past. It's very interesting. I find it absolutely fascinating. But anyway, that's why they're the authoritative sources, because they're the ones that have the authority to decide what we can and can't talk about. So I need to mention, by the way, like, we don't know for sure that they're aliens, right? Because when you have an unknown, like, you have an object that travels at speeds that mankind thinks it's impossible. They're defying the laws of physics, again, to at least the laws that we understand them. Then you have to do a process of elimination. So the first question is, like, are these objects belonging to foreign governments? Like, maybe China has it. I personally don't really think so, because imagine if the United States would have something that's so revolutionary, so radical, that it just blows the mind of modern scientists. Why would they deploy it into China so the Chinese can potentially shoot it down and then study it, you know? Or maybe if America would have something to a technology that is so groundbreaking, maybe they would want other people to know, and they would go public, so to dissuade people from threatening the United States. It's like, are you seriously wanting to threaten us? Like, do you not see the technology that we have? Okay, and because none of these things are happening, it's kind of unlikely that this belongs to a foreign state. The other one, like, maybe there is a branch of the military that didn't communicate properly with the others, who is testing out new technology. Apparently that's not the case. So the only thing that is left is like, well, we don't know. Like, maybe it is alien life. Maybe there's artifacts on the plane's machinery. I don't know. But what I do know is that all of a sudden everyone is talking about it. All of a sudden everyone is discussing this. So to me, it looks like, I mean, again, what I am going to say is a conspiracy theory. But talking about the UFOs is not a conspiracy theory. What this looks like to me is that the government is ready to unveil to the public, slowly but surely, like, something more interesting. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of months we get more information. And that would be interesting. Or maybe they just give a little bit to the public, they allow it to simmer a little bit, and maybe in 3 years we find out that we're the slaves of Xenu or something, huh? Like, the human government's already capitulated, that we're just being told, it's like, hey, all right, listen. we have no chance at fighting against them. You know, they already took us. It's like, just watch The Colony, you know, maybe we're going to end up like that. I kid. But what I wanted to say in this video, that the thing that I'm taking away from this, to recapitulate, number one, how quickly something stops being a conspiracy theory. Number two, how easy it is for the establishment to decide what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable to talk about. And these things aren't grassroots. It's not like the people on the ground get to decide what the overtone window is like. No, it's coming from the top, from the politicians. Because, like, all of a sudden you see it on every channel. You know, like, up until now you didn't see it. Boom, now it is. Now it's okay to talk about it. Let me know what you guys think, though, and I'll see you in the comments section. Hopefully you enjoyed, and let me know what you think.